What is up, guys, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell. Today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is my Raw review. I am recording this 28 minutes after Raw. It is going to be interesting. There's a lot of good stuff that happened. A lot of things we'll talk about. Some crazy Uncle Howdy stuff. So let's get this started. We never start with Uncle Howdy, so today we're going to be starting with Uncle Howdy. Usually it's a segment that we always do on the channel, but we save it for last day. We're going to actually start with it. The QR code for this was super fast. Did I expect the QR code to go by this early? No, I did not think the QR code would be this early at all. Did I think that, the announcers would talk about it? I thought after SmackDown, I thought that maybe they would mention it a little bit, but I did not think they would go to talk about, say there was a QR code, say they'll talk about the therapist talking about that. But this QR code today was amazing. It basically, you got certain questions, even had a jump scare in there, which I'll show you some pictures from the jump scare right after this. But there's some jump scares in there that freaked me out. Let me say this. I wish I could have recording me trying to go through these, because I started watching it and I think I screamed the minute I saw the jump scare happen. But yeah, so there was a different maze. You get different questions. It says hello at the top. You go through them, go through them, go through them. And then all of a sudden, you're finally at the end that you answer, and you get this prompt. It says soon, with all of these types of places to click. We'll go through each of them and try and go through some of them. But first, let's talk about that jump scare. The reason why I want to talk about this jump scare first is because we need to talk about the faces that we see. This is the top is what we've been seeing the most. We've been seeing this random image that's like a video that shows certain face, whatever. You see hands at the bottom. This is probably the clearest we're getting, where we see the eyes, we see the mask, we see everything with that. The bottom happens next, which I kind of see two eyes, a nose, and a mouth, it looks like. Still scary. And then I would have to say the middle one right there, the last thing we see, that's definitely a face with an eye. That's probably the clearest face we're going to see of Uncle Howdy. But it's getting closer and closer. And the reason them showing these faces, seeing it's getting closer and closer, means that we're about to hit something probably major here soon. Now we're talking about the actual pages that are at the very end, having all its different meanings. One's a puzzle. You see it at the very top. It says a puppet is free as long as he loves his strings. Now, I want to know what it means, because I do think that, and I think the image actually says, I'm forgetting what the image name was, but what it's meaning is probably that there is a puppet as long as they love its strings, saying that they love the way that they're probably influenced by, probably the words of Bray Wyatt in the way of that. Another one has images of Plato's, what's it called? Plato's symbols on a big page that has coordinates on the bottom and to the top, and they lead to Rowan University. Rowan. Probably talking about Eric Rowan probably joining. There's been very, very big rumors about him joining. Him first was going to compete somewhere, then due to contract couldn't compete somewhere, and then now potentially at the Performance Center. We also have different types of stuff with the therapist name. We have an article with Plato's imagery saying study was negative. It also talks about where there was, two people that got stuck in a cave, like that story. Two people got stuck in a cave. And I do think this is a reference to how, some people of this faction were shelved. And Uncle Howdy's probably the one that finally is letting them set free from the cave. Then like a little thing with Rapper being with the door. I'm trying to think of what the other things there was. There's one that said liar liar scribbled with WhatsApp May 22nd. So something with WhatsApp for them is going to happen on Wednesday. What it could be, I do not know. What it's probably going to be, something crazy, I would assume. With this thing's coming up, it could be something that maybe we saw from here. Maybe something more involved. We'll have to see, like the previous Raw one. I just really wonder what's going to happen. But yeah, I really think, and then the last thing that I forgot to even talk about, the audios. So there's 3 audios in there, and they all are, why am I forgetting? I had to literally look it up. Spectrograms. I don't know why I forgot the term. Isn't that crazy? Spectrograms. They even have for the image or the URL that it's the scramble of spectrogram. And the reason why is because we have to use spectrograms to look at some of the imagery and the pictures for the audio. For example, the bottom left, that's not just a random picture out there. That's from a spectrogram where the audio made that image of two Uncle Howdies. We also are going to have one that was the moth that was part of Bray Wyatt's whole imagery. We also have just hello. I'm excited. I think with them also selling merch here soon, we're getting very, very close. I'm really excited to see. I want to see when they debut. This week, I'm going to have some King of the Ring predictions. I would assume they would have to debut here because of a lot of the hints leading up and a lot of the things coming out now. But we'll just have to see. Now let's go back to the top with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. I do want to say this was a great promo from Sami. We already knew that they were going to fight and they were going to go against each other. I immediately thought, okay, they're just going to go straight into it. But instead, they had a promo to lead into it, which I think was very good. Explaining also the soul will always win, I think is a very good representation on why these three make sense. And it was a very good way to kind of combine the three in a big sense. Explain why it really matters. I'm going to have predictions this week. I already talked about that a second ago, but this match is going to be confusing. I think it's very obvious that Chad Gable or Sami Zayn could be the winner. I'd be shocked if Bronson Reed loses or wins it, but I could see a world where all three of them happen, and I'm going to see exactly what could happen with this. You just gotta love that also Gable is getting the "you suck" chance all of a sudden, just like Kurt. We're seeing another Otis slap. I think the biggest thing that shocked me the most from all this was an actual winner. I did not think a winner would actually happen. I thought it would be a DQ. I thought it would be from, Bronson Reed coming out of nowhere, ruining the match, because why are they going to have a match and let someone win before the actual thing? Is this a way to kind of give Chad Gable momentum? I think it's more of a thing that's going to give us Sami Zayn as an underdog, and Sami Zayn's going to win this now. I'm shocked I saw an Otis kind of ruin this thing. I do want to talk about what's the odds that we see potentially Otis turn on Chad Gable, because I think it's very high now. But yeah, I don't think that Otis' turn will be forever. I mean, we'll talk about it later. But this is just insane. I mean, Chad Gable winning is insane. I think one of the most interesting stories coming out of this was the whole Braun Breaker situation. I mean, Braun Breaker has been looking like a new Goldberg, literally in the way he spears, literally in the way where he's getting these instant squash matches. And what an interesting way to give a squash match where the guy's pressed and pissed that he's getting a squash match. I mean, literally, he looks at him. He's like, "Are you kidding me? He doesn't put me in King of the Ring, and now I get this." Getting mad and just being disrespectful. I mean, this is probably one of the better ways to make a squash match where I feel bad for Braun Breaker. I want Braun Breaker to go against someone. Just seeing him go into a crazy squash match and destroy someone. Also, they do. It's kind of OD how the way they made this thing for Braun Breaker, where they're making him now go against random people, but putting him on stretchers, sending him to the emergency room, doing the same thing for Ricochet. I mean, it is insane. But Braun Breaker's going on some crazy heel thing where he's just going to destroy everyone, doesn't care about anybody. But Braun Breaker is, still him. I do like this super villain type of way where it feels like he is undeniable and indestructible. No one can destroy him. No one can beat him. No one can do anything. And he's going to beat every single person with his speed, his strength. He's showing everything about him. But what a way to just show this. I want to see what's next for him. I really do, because it looked like he was going to have some crazy rookie season, and now it's more looking like he's going to have, a normal rookie season with ways that people are going to be like, get him on somewhere now. This match was probably match of the night. Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyria. I thought entering here, there was a clear winner, and it was Io Sky for me. Just entered, just came to Raw, top of the women's division already on SmackDown, going to be top of the women's division on Raw, so that the crowd the crowd also, for her being a heel, they love her. They love Io Sky. I love Io Sky. She's one of my favorites. But for them to give Lyra Valkyria the win is crazy. I didn't think that Lyra Valkyria needed the win. She already proved a lot that she was amazing. And I thought Io Sky made more sense because you're trying to boast her and show that these women are crazy. But having an NXT call-up, I guess, win is showing that NXT is one of those big brands. And I don't blame them for doing this. I love Lyra Valkyria's technique into there, being that, knowing how to submit the people. I love Lyra's ability that she shows that she's not willing to give up as well. There's times where, maybe it was the STF move that it wasn't Io Sky that did that. And then there was also something else that she was kind of wincing and acting like she was done, but she's I'm not giving up. I'm just so shocked that Lyra won. If she fully wins Queen of the Ring, it's gonna be shocking because I don't think Nia needs the win. I don't think Bianca needs the win. I actually wanted Io Sky to win it, and I thought Io Sky versus Bianca was going to be the final storyline. But for Lyra Valkyria to win this all, this would be insane. This would be insane. I'm so happy that Andre the Giant was able to come down and help Awesome Truth win versus the Judgment Day. Great match. I actually had a lot of... I actually was kind of scared that they were going to give the titles to Judgment Day right before, because I do think that Awesome Truth, even though Awesome Truth is awesome, I do think that maybe not the best tag team, that it's more of a hype than a non-hype type of squad where, they do win some gold, but is it serious gold? I feel like the tag titles are destined to get out of their hands sooner rather than later. So I was scared that it would be here, but I'm glad it didn't, and I'm glad Andre the Giant, Braun Strowman got involved. When he said Andre the Giant, I immediately was like, okay, Braun Strowman's getting involved. Also, just every time I hear Braun Strowman's theme and hearing the Raw, I just love it. It makes me feel a different way. No homo, just it makes me feel a different way. I feel like I could run through a brick wall. Yeah, I was very much... I knew the minute that he said Andre the Giant that Braun Strowman was going to get into here, the minute Carlito got in, and Awesome Truth was going to win. Now, I do want to see what happens with Braun Strowman, because I wish that Braun Strowman gets some title opportunities. I think that would be amazing. I think it really would show that, if you leave, you can always come back and you can be back at your pedestal. And also, I feel like, because Braun Strowman wasn't necessarily a free agent, but I feel like he was definitely somebody that, comes in. It could show some people that you come in, you can still go and go after titles. I want to see what his role is, and I also want to see his role with Uncle Howdy, because I know Bray Wyatt meant so much to him. And I know Eric Rowan's going to be in Uncle Howdy. What's going to happen with Braun Strowman? Maybe this is something that it's going to be like a storyline with Uncle Howdy. Next, we have the promo of Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan, and I want to say that this was an amazing promo. It really made me excited for this match. I feel like for King and Queen of the Ring, there is some question marks. Backlash, I feel like everything was just way too early, where no one was going to for sure win or lose. I feel like for King and Queen of the Ring, now it's at this point where I could see some lose. For example, Liv Morgan, I know Becky Lynch just got her title. I still feel like there's a chance Liv Morgan might win it. I really do, and I think that's not shocking to say. Now, I could look at some other stuff. Do I think Cody Rhodes is going to lose his title? No, I don't, especially not to Logan Paul. Do I see a chance that, Sami Zayn might win over all of them? I do, but I think it's a little less than some of the others. I think that this is generally going to be one of the crazier matches. I think we're going to see some crazy matches. I think we're going to see some crazier stuff. I'm guessing that the full card is going to be Cody Logan, Liv and Becky, Intercontinental, and then the two Queen and King of the Ring matches. Yeah, I do want to say that I think Liv Morgan has a great shot. I think Liv in this promo was talking that she was kind of right on her side, where, Becky was saying all this stuff, but Liv, she was cooking. I want to say the line where she went back to the audience and said, that you guys have your head stuck in Becky Lynch's asses. What a line to deliver. Really just, you could tell the shock from the whole crowd. The little gasp and then a little bit of like, whoa, like what just happened? Like that was some good mic skills. I love Liv Morgan and I want to see title on her, man. I really do. Man, oh man. This Fatal 4-Way. It was really good. I think this Fatal 4-Way was better than most Fatal 4-Ways we've seen. Or not Fatal 4-Ways, most women's division matches we've seen. Let's also talk about this. Lights were dimmed at the very beginning. I don't think this could be something with Uncle Howdy. It honestly felt like that it was actually an accident. It felt like they were trying to dim the lights in the crowd, and they accidentally dimmed it in the ring. So it just, switched. Probably a mishap. But this could be something like how for Bray Wyatt's return, it was changed during a match where lights were messed with. But this match was great. I loved how teams were intertwined with each other to make crazy moves where, you had one team do something, the other team did something else, and they just go against each other and they do their movesets together where there's, 4 or 3 teams going against each other where we have, maybe one here with two, and they both do something crazy. I love stuff like that. I think it works very well for Fatal 4-Way. The insane elbow was also, it looked insanely wild on Maxine Dupree. But the end move was great. Now, the winners, did I want Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler to win? I didn't think they were going to win. Maybe the talk with, why am I forgetting? It doesn't even matter. I don't know. Are they going to win against Bianca? Hell no. They're not going to beat Bianca and Jade Cargill. But I thought maybe there was a chance that Damage Control could be the winners of this. I also wanted Maxine Dupree to be the winners of this, but didn't happen, sadly. Very interested to see, though, what's going to happen with them. I always say I'm not going to do promos and then something crazy happen. This is crazy. This is definitely, without a doubt, we are getting Creed Brothers, Ivy Nile to team up with Chad Gable to switch out of Alpha Academy. What are they going to be called? What's going to happen? I don't know. But what a world we live in that this is going to happen. I mean, this is going to be insane. I want Chad Gable to win a Intercontinental Championship with the Creed Brothers beating Awesome Truth for the titles with a Ivy Nile. I wish you guys had a mid-card title because Ivy Nile could have won this. What a world we're going to live in. Now, what are they going to be called? Is it going to be Alpha Academy? I don't think so. I'm hoping it'll become like Suplex something. Can't do Suplex City, really. Maybe like Super Suplex? I don't know. That's so cringe. Don't get me on their creative team. I'm excited. We have rumors that this was going to happen. And there's also been rumors that it's actually going to be Kurt Angle to be the manager potentially. Will that happen? I don't know. But man, I hope so. I really thought with Jey just losing the match at the beginning, he was going to win. I'm so sad. So sad. I wanted to see King Uso. And I really felt like we were actually about to get Jey Uso versus Tama Tonga, which actually wouldn't have been bad. And you see my predictions. I said there's no way they're going to make Jey Uso lose against Gunther for a second time. Even though Gunther would elevate the King of the Ring, I felt like they had to do Jey Uso. It would be an aura fest. Sadly, I was wrong. And I do admit that I was wrong. But I do want to say that Gunther, I talked about in the video, Gunther made sense. It made 100% sense for Gunther to win. If you're looking at people to elevate something, look at what Gunther did to the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther can do that with the King of the Ring. Now, what's going to be the predictions? I'm going to make a prediction video coming out later this week on the predictions for that. But what a great way to end this. I think showing that Jey Uso won't quit was a good decision. And yes, he won by submission. But with Jey Uso winning or losing by a knockout, basically, where he's not breathing and he's knocked out, shows that he won't quit. But the craziest part about this is that Gunther is insane. I mean, the submission moves, king crabs to to this to other stuff he's been doing. I mean, I'd be shocked if Gunther doesn't win this tourney now. They make Gunther look crazy, and now I'd be shocked if Gunther doesn't win. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Better than that, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I sounded goofy when I said that. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.